Pack is full. Oh man, I love this soundtrack. Very least, yeah. Real time is kind of hard to fit into the. I mean, really, like 2D grid, turn-based is a pretty. If you want the classic definition, I mean, maybe the definition just isn't useful for the expanding scope of, you know, somewhat related games, but there should probably just be a different term for it. And a party, not a whole lot of party-based roguelikes. It is true. Try some of these rings on. Are you? Oh my god. Jesus, what a stupid. Alright, so that's a great example of why you don't want to try on gear, even if you don't think it's going to cause a problem. Holy crap. That was ridiculous. There's our whiz ring. It's Firestone. Oh yeah. Oh well, I'll take spell power over that for now. God damn it. I'm just trying to get some corpses up in here. Yeah, we're gonna take some strength actually. Now that I know that I cannot lose strength, it's okay to try on this ring. Probably not going to need that +3. Okay, I've got another amnesia. Oh man, people are what did you do, Yogi? Was this an attempt to sabotage my stream? He's winning too many games. I'll go into his stream and ask the question, what is a roguelike? Good. He'll be distracted. And the Blade Master will kill him. Good. Oh boy. Ring of Vati. There's my C and Viz ring and Arlek. That's actually a helpful ring. RC minus is a pain, but that's fine as a swap. It's also our poison too. But the other one's a Ring of Flight, so I might actually... Alright, so most of this level should be clear now. Go ahead and drop the Staff of Air. There might be an elf or two left, but of course we're not going to assume anything. We'll go very carefully, but good rations. Oh yeah, this one. I feel like this one has pretty good loot. And the only scary part about this is Imperial Train. Dragon's Call. Shadow creatures. Staff of Fair. There is Ignition. That wouldn't be a bad spell to have, really. Firestorm down to 4% with Ring of Wizardry. Just want to make sure there's nothing in here waiting to destroy. At this point, if I had to, I could teleport. Oh, there's the... Oh yeah, baby. That's a good book. That's Control Blink right there. Very nice. And a port and blink. Very helpful. Here's my LCS if I wanted Crystal Spear. I haven't trained... Have I trained? I have trained a little bit of Earth, haven't I? No, I have not. Yep, that's... It says right in the stream title, actually. I boasted of my 15 runes. Do we have any other un-ID'd stuff? Yeah, Sea Blink will be helpful. I guess I'll start with the port. I'm actually going to jam up some translocations right now. It would be very nice to have that sooner. Now, unfortunately, that spell... What's up, Atomic Tangerine? Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid reading. Unfortunately, that's going to be useless. It's not really going to be castable throughout, like, most of depths, really. Rune Swamp Dragon Scales. I wonder. Yeah, Firestorm. Although it's probably... Oh, well, that doesn't help at all. Interesting. Yeah, my strength is not quite up there. That's why I'd like to get a little bit more, but I don't know, you know. I could put on this ring, which would certainly help. But yeah, it's not actually going to counteract, because I would also lose int. Might, good to have MR. I really don't want to risk 6%. Probably good enough, although Deflect is kind of hard to cast with this. And I lose our... what? Oh, I see. That's not what that was going to do. Wouldn't mind having more AC, but it's probably better if I can defect. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to train charms as well. Air's 5. Let's get these going. Well, we'll probably clear Zot before we go into extended for the XP. Hopefully we can get Sea Blink castable by the end of Depths, though. That would actually be pretty nice if we could do that. That way it'll make Vault 5 easier to do. Maybe I'll find some Blink Scrolls, but I'm kind of low on those consumables. I have not really been using them. It's just relatively few dropped. Also relatively few heal wounds right now, although I certainly did do a little bit of mutation. Feel stronger. Hey, that's helpful. Maybe I'll sit on that. Well, it was helpful if I was going to wear armor, but not necessarily ready to do that. I would not mind having some AC at all. Those Swamp Dragon scales could be in my future. It's honestly just the best thing, and I would really not mind having like appreciable AC. I don't even have any armor trained either. We probably have to wait till we get a little bit more fire. Guess ID, meaning that you thought it was acquirement and it was? Yeah, that'll happen. Iron shot. Zero spell, what are my spells looking like? I still have no Swift. Oh no, I do have Swift. That's not bad at all. I would like to memorize that. I've got plenty of spells I'd like to get rid of. Dazzling Spray, I think I can do without. IMB is my kind of crappier iron shot for now. There is Animate Dead. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use that too much anymore. Let's go ahead and get rid of Dazzling Spray, and oh yeah, there's also Blink, but I only have. We're going to go with Swift for now. The ability to run quickly at some point is quite helpful for a character like this. We're going to try Charms 5 and see what that leaves us with the missile, and then we're going to go for Sea Blink. Yep, I know a lot of spells. I have a ton of spellcasting levels, in part because I really wanted to memorize Firestorm. And this game has been pretty light on amnesia scrolls. It just hasn't given me all that many. And I had a lot of, the Book of Conjurations has quite a few spells, and I picked up a couple more. You can see I haven't even unlearned Searing Ray. And I still had that. I never actually used much of Conjure Flame. I think it was the first one I memorized, though, to train fire. Nope, no amnesia in the game. It's just, it happens sometimes. It's just not, you get relatively few. It's not uncommon. It's happened to me before. The other thing that we're gonna just kind of keep an eye on is just that our food usage doesn't go off the charts. Not a problem right now, but we don't have any other backup food. Oh yeah, well you don't gotta, let's see. Well, well, well. Wow, so few of you. Yeah, type, if you haven't done it, type bang DCSS Nick and then space and then your WebTiles username, and it will associate your Twitch username with whatever your, if you have a SQL Nick, you use that instead, but otherwise just type that and it will. I'm surprised it only, oh no, there it goes. So yeah, there's Iggy in there already, but there should be more people. No, it's DCSS Nick, not DCSS. But yeah, I have a lot of SIF wins. Tiles client. When you say the Tiles client, do you mean in your browser or do you mean SDL tiles? SDL tiles, I should think, would be fine. I think there are people who use OBS to stream like YouTube videos. So it should work fine. Three times Gamma Funk. Sif wins. Planktonite. Don't make me go make the command, Planktonite. I'll do it. Is that a potion of experience? I think it is. And look, I just memorized a port. Oh, well, I can't carry it, but still. Yeah, I mean, window capture should work. Game, I don't know if I don't know how game capture works. They actually don't have game capture on Linux, so I don't use that one. I have to use window capture, and sometimes window capture. Oh wow, the skin of Zor. This Vault Sentinel was guarding a great treasure. So potion of experience. We're gonna quaff that. Yep, at this XL, it doesn't get you much skill levels. But hey, max HP increase, and I recommend using it. And we're gonna have to. Actually, no, I would say the opposite, Iggy. I have no big problems with it. However, I do use window capture for all the games that I do. I think if you need game capture for whatever reason, then yes. But honestly, running a lot of modern games on Linux anyway is, that's probably not a thing you're going to be doing. But I would say otherwise, OBS Linux is actually quite good. I don't have any. It's really stable. It doesn't crash. I don't really have any complaints. Only issues are the usual Linux stuff, like there are applets that from Streamlabs that are based on Windows only. But that's the usual, compatibility stuff. Yeah, what is your OS tag? Are you on Windows? Yeah, the SDL code is weird. I mean, our SDL code is not. It is based on SDL2, but I don't know about the way we set up our window, so there could be strangeness, certainly. No idea why, in particular, OBS would struggle with that. Yeah, it depends on what the nature of those complaints were. I mean, there might be some legitimate ones for things like my favorite applet from Streamlabs doesn't work because it's Windows only. They don't even release a Mac version. So you would be, if You're basically stuck. Well then. We're gonna... Golden Dragon, hello. Damn. There we go. Whatever this little vault area in here is, it's legit. Yeah. Just gonna, there we go. I'll get in over your head. Oh good, more deep elves. Just what I wanted. But yeah, you can see how safe Firestorm is, provided that you have the MP to use it. That's always the struggle with this. Run out of MP and you don't have a way to get it back quickly. Like with Sif, this is super strong because you can just like get back MP at any point. Although you only get back on average 3 per turn. If you start channeling as you start Firestorming, you're going to be regaining EP. So, you know, you'll be regaining MP as you're using up giant blocks of 9 MP, but you're going to gain a few extra Firestorms, and there's just not too many situations where you need like more than 12 or 14 or whatever. Gold Dragon. Did you leave scales? That could be the Deep Elf. What is my buckler? Buckler for Flexion. There's another glowing buckler. Artifact plate, yeah, all I need is 10 more strength. Buckler of cold resistance. You wear that with the RC minus ring. Permanent, wouldn't be bad actually. But, oh, so deflect got down to 9%, that's pretty good. And transloc is already up to 7, we're on a good, yeah. I would not be cast. Even if you have good strength, it's quite difficult to cast Firestorm in plate. By the end of the game, with going into extended, you absolutely can do it, but it's not easy. It's going to involve like 27 fire conj, probably 27 spell casting, and maybe even more int than what I have. And you might need wizardry to even do it. Don't want random effects. Let's take off some auto pick up stuff. I think I need another whiz ring. Nor. So one thing it is nice is to consider, if you can, wearing rings of fire, because those are spell enhancers for your Firestorm. So right now with Staff of Conj, I have pretty good spell power, but I could get a couple more pips. And one way to do that is through Rings of Fire. Now the tricky part about that is, although you gain RF, which is nice, you lose a level of RC. So you kind of need a way to counteract that. But if you can find a good configuration so that you can be either just RC 0 or still RC plus, you can gain a bunch of extra spell power. It's like having more int effectively. It's just more damage. And you get max firepower, max spell power. Firestorm really has a lot of kick. Topic in Tavern, Rich Mino. That was that the nuke the species list thread? Remove all the species? Or is that a different one? I saw that. Hellmonk, I think. You know, Hellmonk being Hellmonk pointed that out to me. He's like, yeah, this is a really good idea, Gamma Funk. Oh, Orc Warriors, I'm so sorry. You brought a war axe to a firestorm fight. Wow, but you did not. Oh, there you go. Okay, that was the other thing we needed to turn off. Evasion. Flame. Poly. No random effects. So I really obliterated Sojibo and Boris earlier with this spell. They really did not have a chance. Which was nice, but then I tried to go into Desolation Assault and I got kind of owned. Which, that wasn't so nice. So this guy's already doing his reflecting injuries thing. I'm not gonna test that. I'm gonna wait for him to stop doing that because I don't really want to take whatever his HP and damage. I could easily like one-shot him. There's a flayed ghost. The bring back mutagenic trunks thread. There's a thread for that. That must be new. I thought that meme had already died. Is that the 4chan Mumo image meme? The infamous. That is one of 4chan's contributions to Crawl. Actually, I know how that was started. That was started by a certain notorious 4chaner named DeCj. And the story of Mumo, it's the last good thing made by 4chan, yeah. The story of Mumo is that DeCj was this 4chan Crawl player. And there's a number of prominent Crawl players who posted a lot in that community, some of whom are pretty decent people, despite 4chan being what it is. Implosion is a well-known Crawl player who's pretty good, and he posts on Tavern regularly. And DeCj was another good Crawl player who he got his name, I think, because he liked to play Chaos Knights a lot. And he was trying to streak Muck at one point. I think he did do a Muck streak. So DeCj was a little bit of I guess maybe he didn't actually streak it. Well, DeCj was a little bit of a I would call him a short. Let's see. He didn't have a lot of patience. Let's just say that way. He didn't have a lot of patience for nonsense, and he would make some pretty funny posts on Tavern when people would say silly things. But that kind of community is sort of acerbic like that, to put it charitably. Anyhow, DeCj, and there was another 4chaner named Basil, who used to make all these alts based on spices, and so he has an alt for every for every spice. And Basil's pretty cool. He was doing code contributions to Light, and he actually joined the dev team. and he joined the dev team the same day that I did. So Grunt, who was a very prominent dev at the time, and you may not know Grunt, but you probably died in one of his faults or to one of Grunt's monsters, and he was really active at the time, and he invited me and Basil and subsequent devs after that, like Pleasing Fungus. And so Grunt was one of the major forces on the dev team at the time, and has since moved on to other things, but it's contributed a lot to the game. But anyhow, Basil and DCK together designed Vine Stalkers, the Vine Stalker species. Not my personal favorite, but Basil coded it and DCK kind of designed it. But one of the other things that DCK made up was the Mumo challenge, based on, I guess, his love of mummies and how awful, positively awful they are as a species, in terms of like being like the weakest species. So he kind of made that image. I believe it was him who made the image directly. And it became a huge hit on 4chan, and it kind of spread out from there. He basically tried to design the most ridiculously awful challenge to play in Crawl like imaginable. How can you make Crawl like as excruciating as possible, essentially? You could say as difficult as possible, but some things like turn count speed runs and real-time runs are also probably actually much harder, because Mumo can like grind its way to victory. But anyhow, he created that little meme. That's my unofficial history of Mumo, and it's probably not fully accurate, but that's basically how it happened. So he made that nice little image that